If you've been wanting to start a quiz and you know that this is the best next step for your business, but you don't know where to start, you don't even know what questions to put in there, maybe you don't even want to try to figure that out, I have the best next thing. So, Interact has made it extremely easy because now they have an AI quiz creator. We know that quizzes do create engagement, they can help you route people to your offers, to your services, to your email list while also creating all the engagement that we want inside of our websites or on a landing page. So now you can really have your quiz made with AI in seconds. Well, minutes, but completely branded to you, to the topics that you talk about that is going to be relevant to your audience. So you just give it a little bit of details and it will help you create that quiz that is actually going to be good for your own business and not just random questions for the sake of putting it out there, but actually useful. So let me switch over to my screen and let me show you how that works.
You're going to go to tryinteract.com and then they will have immediately their AI creator for you. It is super easy. You simply start by creating a quiz. You can give them your URL, which is amazing, by the way, or you can just paste your website text instead. I have my own website on a separate tab, so I am going to paste that URL right here. And then it will ask you if you have a specific idea, because of course, if this is something that you have been wanting to do, you might already know what you want to do. But again, if this has been on your radar, but you don't know where to start, Interact has made it extra easy. So I'm going to go with no, I don't have any idea. Let the AI recommend something. Okay, so we need to tell it what do we do. Here's the simplest ways that I can tell you what to do. I am going to grab the copy from my header. So you can absolutely just type it out very simply what you do. But I'm going to copy this because I want to make it extra easy. Then I'm going to go next. What is the most common problem that I help my customers solve? So honestly, again, I can go back into here and I will copy something. So I help them captivate and convert with every page of their website. That is what I'm going to say. I help my clients captivate and convert with every page of their websites. There you go. So I'm making these extra easy. And then it will give me some title recommendations based on what I just told it that I do. So for example, what's your website conversion power? Ooh, this is a good one. So you have different options. You can absolutely start again. You can change what you gave it because you can see that it's very focused on what I said. So you just want to make sure that you give it the right information at the beginning because it's going to power that AI to move forward. So I love the middle question right here, and it's going to take a look at certain colors and things that I have on my imagery here. This one looks so good for my website. It has my colors. You can preview the questions, and then I'm just going to select that and go next. Okay, what type of quiz do we want to create? This is where you need to think, what is your ultimate goal with having this quiz? Do you just want to grow your email list? Do you want to give your people something to entertainment a little bit? If you sell products or you have a very specific service that you want to point them to, this is great because you can recommend products or services with a quiz. So let's say that you are asking them certain questions that would help them determine, do you fit better to start on this type of service, or would this type of service be best for you, or even a product-based business? Oh, I'm going to help my people find what product resonates better for them right now so that they can immediately go purchase. So you can absolutely just move them through. Or if you take it to a personality style type of quiz, this is where we're giving them a little bit of a hint into, oh, your style is so and so, or yes, you're ready for X, Y, and Z, whatever it is that is not really product related. However, this is also what I would recommend inputting some of that, like, but we can help you. Here's a product that can help with that. So you can change how things work. You can absolutely also give them access to a specific knowledge or expertise on a topic, like if you are trying to deliver them more information, or you can just let the AI do that for you. I am a sucker for personality types of quizzes, so I'm going to choose that for this one. If you have specific questions that you want to ask, or there's something specific that you want to include, you can absolutely do that here. But for now, I want to show you how the AI does this for us. And I am going to change these to 4 questions. They usually recommend 4 to 10 questions. You can absolutely go down to 3 or up to 15. 5 is a really nice number, but I want to make sure that I keep this quick for you. But you have total control of how many questions and how it is created. And then you hit next, and you can tell the system, okay, what do we want to focus on for this particular quiz? So, as an example here, they say, oh, well, the quiz should focus on healthy eating for professionals who work from home. So, it's basically your audience. Who is our people? Who is here? Who are we trying to target? So, again, you can just go to your own website and look for either places where you have literally said so, or you can type it out. So I know that I have this somewhere in here. Let's see. Okay. For coaches and creatives, there we go. So I am going to say in a specific topic for audiences, the quiz should focus on coaches and creatives who are building their business online. Great. And then you're going to link it to your account. Awesome. And it will take a minute to create. It is using all of the information that you just gave it, and it will literally create the questions and results for you. Awesome. Okay. So now we are ready to review the quiz or to launch it. This is where I recommend inputting a lot of your personality. So it has been created for you. You can absolutely preview it right here. Let's go do that. What's your website's conversion power? So a lot of my particular clients are going to be concerned with this. So that's why I love this question, because most of them will come in either with a fresh new website that is just not converting, or they have something that has been old and it was working, but maybe it's not anymore. So yes, I have very specific things that I know my clients are going to need. So I love that question. And it actually fills out the information for you right in here. There's no piece that is left unturned. Interact has created, with their AI power, a quiz that is fully ready to launch. Obviously, I want to make it my own. I want to make sure that I edit some things, but I wanted to run it through you so you can see the questions are completely related to all the things that I just told it. Discover the secret sauce to your website success, uncover your site's true potential, and learn how to captivate and convert with every page. So it's using that specific language that I gave it. So if you don't want certain words to be used or something, don't include it. If you want certain questions, certain type of language, that is what you're going to give the AI. So let's start with the first question. What makes you most excited about your website's potential? So I want to develop a strategic plan that guides growth. I want to create engaging content for interaction. I want to see visitors turn into loyal customers. I want to design a site that just captivates them. Okay, let's say that I want visitors to customers. How do you feel about your website's current design? Oh, it's converting like crazy. Great. It's stunning and appealing. It's sound and effective. It's engaging and interactive. Okay, so most of my clients are not going to pick this because that's why they're coming to me. But maybe they like what they have right now, and it's like, well, I think it's engaging. Okay, great. What aspect of your website do you want to improve the most? So maybe they don't feel like it's too strategic, or maybe it's not bringing the engagement that they want. Maybe they just feel like it's old and the design is not what they want. That's usually a big one for my clients. In a perfect world, what would your website achieve? So that they want to impress their visitors, you want to convert their visitors, you want to guide them to a specific action. This is great. So strategic clarity is like, what is the best next step for you, aka the visitor? Do you want to engage the visitor with a captivating content? So this is great for those that are going to be more reliant on the content. If you have a blog that you want them to consume, if you have videos, this is great. But most of my people, what do they want to do with it? They want customers. So, okay, great. Your website is a conversion powerhouse. You have that. So your skills are there and you have the ability to connect. Okay, great. So that is based on the results that we gave them. So what we want to do now is actually edit our quiz. I like to just preview it to see what am I working with, but you can edit every single piece of your quiz. So from the top to the title, the image, every single piece, just as you were creating the quiz from scratch, but you are starting from something. So what is your website conversion power? We're going to keep that, but I am going to change the image. I'm going to say replace, and I'm going to upload something. Let's see. Let's add something that's going to be on brand. Let's grab this cute picture. Let's move it here. Great. Awesome. Now I have an image that matches a little bit more on my site. Discover the secret sauce to your website success. Uncover to here. Let's do this. I want to make it shorter. So uncover your site's true potential and learn how to captivate and convert with every page. perfect for coaches and creatives. So it is using the information that I gave it. If you want to change that, you can absolutely do that. You can even say something different here. So start quiz. Great. Awesome. And then you can go on to the questions. What makes you most excited about your website's potential? You can show an image, or you can actually have different images for each of the questions, which is awesome. I'm going to use text only. Here, you can also see what the answers are doing. So you can allow people to select multiple answers, which is great for some of the questions. And you can also change the correlation of the answer to the results. So I like to go top to bottom when I'm building the quizzes, but you can actually start with the result. That is a great way to ensure that you don't have to go back into the questions eventually. But right now, I'm going to keep the conversion master, engagement expert, design, dynamo, and strategy segment. So here you can see the answers. And when you put your mouse over it, you can see these lines where they go. So developing a strategic plan, the guides, blah, 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 it's taking them to the strategy segment result. Creating engaging content, it takes them to the engagement expert. So we're letting them know where the strong suit of their current website is, right? And this quiz could actually lead me to create a different quiz where I could actually go for the weaknesses of what is their current weakness in your website. So you can go either way. You can go through your own type of marketing. Some people like to do pain relevant type of marketing where they are steering the pot a little bit and they want to point them to solutions. Some are more educational, and then it's like, okay, what's good? But you're here for a reason. Let's move you into something that's going to be better for you. So I can change what it says on the question. I can change what it says on the actual selection for the answer. And on the left-hand side, you're going to see that you have all of the questions here. So how do you feel about your current website's design? Let's say, I love it. It's a conversion machine. It's visually stunning and appealing. It's strategically sound and effective. So it's strategic to my brand and effective. It's engaging and interactive. Great. What aspect of your website do you want to improve the most? Strategic alignment, user engagement, interaction. So here we can see, okay, what are the results that are being used? So here is where I would actually change the result that it's pointing to, because the question says, what do you want to improve? So I would assume, like, my people, when they're filling this out, they're not going to say like, well, I want to improve the engagement and interaction. I don't want that to take them to be like, oh, well, it looks like you're an engagement expert. Like, no. We are talking potential. Like, you saw my quiz at the beginning, it says the potential. So I would love to change this to match a different result. And I can absolutely do that. You know what? Let's do that right here. So if I select that, maybe it's like, well, if they want that, but it's not their thing, maybe they are more on the strategy side. And you can select multiple. So this just gives you way more possibilities to where things will end up in the result for them, especially if some of your questions do overlap. You want to give them kind of a broader way of getting to specific results. So you can select different ones. And then this is the last question. In a perfect world, what will your website achieve? So I want to impress every visitor with the design. I want to convert every visitor into a customer. Like, again, this is the perfect world. This is magic wand type of moment. And you can change that as well. You can add new questions. Like, if you are going through a quiz and you're like, I selected 4, but I actually want 5, you can absolutely add a new question and start from scratch. You can see that it has the placeholder for all the things, and it gives you the same options where you can add the question image for the actual block, or you can use images for that. So you can alternate this. You don't have to do all text or all answers with images. You can do this differently depending on what you are showing, which is great for those of us that have visuals, especially if I am asking about their current design, for example, and I can put image answers and put some of them with images from websites in different aesthetics so that they can focus on different things. So you can really go crazy with this, but I'm going to remove that question because I don't need it. Here is where I love spending the most of my time, the quiz results. So here it has the title, it has an image, and it has a little bit of a blurb. So in this case, because we're talking potential for the quiz in this particular arena, I would say your website has the potential to be a conversion master. And then I can go in and edit what it says. But as you can tell, this is full and ready. So what I want to focus on is the image because yes, my people are super visual. So I am going to now choose something different. Let's go into a different collection. And I love that I have access to all of my things, or I can use some of the platforms that are connected like Unsplash. So it is so easy to get this. So let's go into one of these images and I am going to grab this stock image that I have. Let's crop that to where it needs to go. Awesome. Let's save that. And there, boom. And then you can have your calls to action. This is where I particularly love the integration that it can have because you're not just giving them a result, you can link this anywhere. So for now, I'm just going to grab my own URL. Oops, wrong tab. There you go. I am going to grab my own URL. I'm going to put that in. I'm going to select open in a new tab because we don't want to move them from where they are. We want them to just grow. And then here, I would say learn more about our services. Obviously, this is going with the idea that I am going to give them a result that helps them get the actual result from the quiz because they were answering some questions, right? But then what happens after they know, oh, that is the potential for my website in this particular example? What will be the most logical next step for them? That is what we want to focus on. So I encourage you to go through each one of your results. That is usually my first step. So whether I am creating the quiz from scratch or I am using their AI tool, I want to make sure that I create my results because I know the end game. I know what I want it to happen and I want to move my people to this specific directions. So then I can actually run through the questions and see, okay, what are the correlations? How are people going to get to those results? And who do I want to get to those results, right? Now, here is something I absolutely love. I always turn on lead generation on the left-hand side because that way I can collect people's information as I take the quiz. But this is where you have more flexibility. You can ask for different fields. I just ask for first name and email because I like to personalize my emails when I'm talking to people on my email list. You can allow them to skip this step. I love having this on, and I know that this means that some people are just going to skip it because I do that all the time. But you can also make it a requirement. I like to keep it as a skip because some people do fill it in. They are already interested in something they were consuming on my content, and so they want to stay in there. People know what they're doing. We all know when we are subscribing to something. So I like to have it as an option, but I always keep the skip if they don't want that. I don't want anyone that's not going to be interested in my content to just jump in. Maybe they just found the quiz and that's the first thing that they've seen from me. So I want to be very mindful about that. Now you can edit how that step looks. So this goes right at the end of the quiz. So it will appear after that last question. You can select all of those fields and then you can change this. I am going to actually change just the color of this button because black goes well with the rest of my branding. You can change what it says everywhere. You can see that it has both of the fields that I was asking for. You can even change how you want to ask for that. Like, oh, give me your first name and what's your best email? Like you can turn your personality on every single step. So now I'm going to save and continue, and it's going to give me here first the form, which was the part that we did already, and then the integration, the results, the answers, the fields, all the things, and you can test it. It does have a bunch of integrations that are native to Interact, which I love. You have the most common ones that me, my clients, and everyone in my audience actually uses are Flowdesk, ConvertKit, Drip, ActiveCampaign. Some of my clients do use MailerLite, but obviously you have also your MailChimp, you have Omniset, you even have Zapier. At this point, you can connect to anything and everything, and they even have some immediate Zapier integrations at the bottom. So choose the one that is connected to your list. For me, that would be ConvertKit. I'm going to spare you the time of watching the whole connection piece, but let's go into social sharing. At the end of the quiz, you can actually share this with Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. You can absolutely hide that as well if you don't want people to be showing that. And then just remember to save those settings. It always gives you that little warning. I don't really like social sharing for my quizzes, but for some of my client quizzes, we always have that on because their audiences are really good at sharing it. Most of mine don't, so I just skip it depending on how you have it for your business. And then, of course, they have conversion tracking. This is normal with every Interact quiz, But I love that because we had the AI create it for us, we already saved so much time. But this is the last step, that if you have conversion tracking, like if you have a Facebook Pixel or Google Analytics, this is where you can connect that. And you do have your GDPR compliance settings in here. So it is so robust. But once you have your quiz, you can actually preview it at the top right with the little eye icon. You even have the preview URL if you want to see this in a full page. And you can start the quiz and take it again, because of course you can. And then when you are ready, at the very top, you're going to see this big publish button. And it says, okay, so we have some unpublished changes. Are you ready? I'm going to say, yeah, sure. Let's publish those changes. And now I have a live link for that. So I can visit my quiz and it looks just preview. So you know that what you see is what you get. You can embed it into your website. You have the option for an iframe, JavaScript, or if you have WordPress, you do have their own plugin available to be used with your WordPress site. I typically just do an iframe or JavaScript. I go with the JavaScript first, but sometimes we have used the iframe and that's totally fine. You can create a little announcement bar for those that want to put it at the top. It can be a pop-up. I like doing it and show it as an embed code because I can create my canvas wherever I want, but you have so many options. You can even do this as a Facebook ad. Quizzes get me anytime that I see an ad and there's a quiz, I'm way more likely to just click on that and start answering things. So definitely something to create, but that's it. That is the simplest of ways that you can start your quizzes right now with Interact's AI powered quiz. You saw how easy it was for me to just plug the things from my own website. I'm just literally copy pasting all of the little important details because obviously you already know that, you know your business, and anything that you have on your website is already towards your audience, or it should be, right? If not, please just reach out. It's fine. We can get it to that point. But this is where Interact is just making magic with their AI creator. For you, try it out. You can just create a new quiz. Like it's going to get addictive. So you are going to create a lot of quizzes, but you can test it out in different ways. And the AI is going to help you. It's going to give you that starting point. And honestly, sometimes it's going to create some questions that will allow you to say like, I didn't think about asking that. And that is a really good question. So create your quizzes, put them out to the test. People love engaging with them. Use them to your favor and make sure that you are guiding people to your products or your services so that you can continue to grow your business with quizzes from Interact.